So after defining the supreme and divine personality quality of Narayana, like he is one who is behind the comprehension or beyond the comprehension, sorry, who cannot be comprehended, who cannot be measured, who cannot be brought out in your own senses. That's why we say grahyati, that you can have a grip on him, but you can't have a grip on Mahavishnu. Agrahyati, that's what we call agrahya. So we defined beautiful divine qualities of Narayana, which were explained in the verse number 7. Beautifully explained by Vedavyasa. By his summary, we are getting beautifully all these qualities here. Now comes to verse number 8. Again, some more definition about the divine quality, where this will talk about much more of a physical nature of a physical universe or a physical embodiments. More relative factors. So previous verse was talking about the absolute factors. That's why it's called supreme. Para means be up, beyond. Now in this, we are talking about more about the relative factors today. So it starts with this, like in the verse number 8, Ishana Pranadha Prano Jeshta Sreshta Prajapati Hiranya Garbho Bhugarbho Madhavo Madhusudanaha. Beautiful word. Here, these two words are very, very famous words which we have already heard about whenever we say Narayana, Vishnu Murti. We definitely should have heard Madhava, Madhusudana, these two words. But other definitions are also here. That's what we are going to look into this detail in this verse. So it starts with Ishana. Ishaha. So the word Ishaha means head, a lord. Ishanaha means that who can control, who controls everything. What does the control mean? It's a person who can bring you within the boundaries. The person who can make you limit yourself towards the boundaries. Who sets the boundaries to you. Okay? He compresses you. He directs you towards that boundary. So that's why he says Ishanaha. A very important one. Because see, how do we understand this? The entire universe is a form of expression of a physical nature. We do talk about creativity of the God. We do talk about the consciousness of the God. All those are different. But it's an expression of the physical nature, the physical embodiments where you see the entire universe. And each one stays at their own place and then they are doing their own work. Surya stays at that place, Chandrama stays at that place, Mangal stays at that place, Buddha stays at that place, Shukra stays at that place, each planet at that same place, each Milky Ways and the multiple, so the star dynasties are staying that place. They are doing their own work according to what the enactment is given to them. So the ruler has given some guidance and then they live in their own boundaries. They don't cross their boundaries and they live that in that way. So the nature has got certain rules which has been exhibited by someone. And who is the person who has given this? Who is nothing but the Vishnu Murti, Sakshat Vishnu Murti, who has given this one. So he is the only person who knows how to control. He is the person who has controlling everything. Yet he is also a person who remains outside of it. See, if the war in the Mahabharata has to be concluded. Thus, Krishna doesn't have that power to change the every action what is going to happen. If he has decided, he could have executed the Kauravas within seconds. But Krishna never did this work. So he doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to exhibit it, saying that I can go and exhibit and then I can do. In spite, he was telling that I'm not going to lift any weapons and I'm going to participate in the Yuddha. So Arjuna, you do it. Why Krishna has to take such a pain to explain to Arjuna step by step all the chapters, 18 chapters to him, and narrating the Bhagavad Gita to him to do this act? Instead, he could have done that. And also he says, I am the instrument on this. But he could have done that. But why still he needs Arjuna to do it? This is what it says. Even though he takes a human form, he is also bounded by his own boundaries. That's what we say. Avatars will also have its own boundaries. They will set their own boundaries for them. Who sets the boundary? They set their boundaries. So Ishanaha means they have a boundary. They created a limit for us. They have created a limitation for us. Certain things where we cannot cross the limit of others. So we are all in that sphere. We are all in that space. What is given to us, we work from there. That's what we say, Ishanaha. And this one word, Adi Shankaracharya, in his Vishnu Sahasranamam Bhashyam, also he refers, and also that same references is given by Professor Radhakrishna Shastrigal also. Here they are also referring the Ishanaha with that of Shivamurti, Shiva. This is Shiva has got a different forms, right? He also has different forms. One of the form of a Shiva is called Ishanaha. Ishanaha. So it also refers to that. That means here we need to understand there is no difference between Vishnu Murti and Shiv Murti. So we can see that there no difference existed. Because Adi Shankara can correlate the Vishnu Sahasranama's nama of Ishana to that of the Shivamurti, the same way in some of the places in Shivananda Lagiri, where he can also correlate Shiva Rupam to the Vishnu Rupam. So we can see that there is no difference between these two entities. It's only their own limits or boundaries, what they have set themselves. So that they have taken the departments, what they have working with, but almost everything is the same, one Rupa and one Brahma. So that's what we want to understand. But here, what is the meaning? It's called he is the controller. The next nama is called Pranadha. Pranada. So what does prana means? Prana means it's a life force. Prana means the life force, a life energy, the vital force which is given to you. Right? Anyone, if he works and if he moves, if there is a motion, we can see there is an operation, we can see a physical body is moving and operations are happening. Then we say in a very simple word, this body has got prana. And the moment the prana is gone, there is no motion, it becomes motionless. We need to understand. The entire avaya, the entire sharira becomes motionless if that prana has gone out. So prana can also equate it to soul of an individual soul. So if that is gone, so then what we say, it becomes a different one. It's not prana, it becomes preta. Because it's gone, right? So prana has gone, so it becomes preta. It is no more a person. So it becomes of no motion, nothing. So then we call it as a different one, dead body. So if you understand the significance of the prana, that's what I want to bring the connotation here. The context is as important as prana to your body. So think about that. You can have a very good pranayama that you can hold your breath for 2 minutes. Some people can hold it for 5 minutes. After that, what you can do? You have to come out and you have to breathe. Your body, your lungs, and everything is struggling to breathe, right? It has to have that air filled within. Your cells are aching for that. You feel that pain. You come out, even if you're taking a holy dip and you want to go into the deep into the water and you want to swim, and then you have to come out and you have to breathe yourself. So you need desperately the air. The prana is needed for you. You cannot live without that. So the prana assets, as that is essential for your body to survive. Same way, it is very essential that Vishnu Murti is like that prana to us. So you can equate Vishnu Murti as like the prana. So without him, there is no function in me. Basically, I don't see, I don't hear, I cannot move. Everything is from his own direction. That's why we say Ishanaha. He gives the boundary. He is also giving you the prana. The life forces is given to you. Pranadaha. Pranaha. So not only just he is giving the pranada, that who is giving that soul, that who is giving the breath. And also he is the breath within you. The rhythm what you are having within your heart. The beat what you are hearing. The rhythm what is going on with your body. Right? This is called your cardiac rhythm, what we say, the heart beat. That beat says you that it is nothing but it is the Sakshat Vishnu Murti. Because that is the survive, that is the thing which shows you that you are surviving, and you can see that the breath goes up and down. You can see that it is involuntarily, without your connection, without your effort, it is happening within your body. Right? So that's what the Vishnu Murti is. So previously, he gives it. And second, we say, what is the difference between the previous nama and the second nama? Pranadaha, pranaha. Pranadha, one who gives you that. Pranaha, one who is prana. So this is the difference. So he himself becomes that vital force for you. He makes you act. He makes you do everything. So your establishment, your mark of the life, the mark of you being living in this universe is because of the Vishnu Murti. If the prana is not there, you cannot say that we are working on it. Because he's the entire universe form. Pranadaha. Jeshtaha. What do you mean by Jeshta? Jeshta means older. Jeshta means elder. Jeshta means every first, primary. Right, so that's why in Ganapati Shlokam also, Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspatana. SoJeshtarajaha. Jeshta means here, he is always the first, primary, elder. Here, here the Narayana Murti is considered to be the Jeshta because of a very simple reason. We can understand who has created this universe, Brahma. From where we have all generated, we have all been germinated as what we have come out, right? From whom we have got all the Janana, it's all from Brahma. Where the Brahma came from? Brahma is in the Nabhi of Vishnu Murti. So Vishnu Murti is the base from where there is a lotus comes, and on top of the lotus, the Brahma is sitting. And Brahma was given an instrument called the Chaturveda. And the Chaturveda, based on the four direction, he is watching, and then using that four Veda as the basis and as the judgment, as also the rule, and based on that standard, he is creating the birth of the entire creature, generation, everything is born out. That's why we already see in the Dhyana Slokam who are the people we have seen. Kaka Ko Boki Kandharva Daikaihi. Everything comes from him. Right? It is not one, it is all the creatures. It is all the creatures. That is Jantuhu. Chanturnarayano Naraha. So everyone. That's what the question is also about, right? So Dharma, Yudhishthira was also he is asking, right? Janturna, Jantuhu. So he is also asking that Kodarva Sharvadharmanam Bhavataha Paramo Madaha Kim Jaban Muchade Jantur Janma Samsara Bandhana. He was not talking or referring only for the human creatures. He's talking about all living creatures. So that's why for all these living creatures, who is the real elder person is Vishnumurti. Why? Vishnumurti only created the Brahma and Brahma has created the entire universe. So definitely he is the elder for everyone. So that's why we say Jeshtaha. Sreshtaha. Sreshtaha means most praiseworthy person. He is a praiseworthy soul. He is a Sreshtaha. Why we say he is praiseworthy? You can't, you have to think about the way the Narayana Murti or Vishnu Murti has shown his avatar and all the way that he has performed is definitely unique. You cannot compare, like the Rama, significance of Rama. You can't bring it out, you can't give any measurement for it. You can't set even a benchmark, right? So because it is far beyond our benchmark standard. If Rama is the standard for a divine human quality, think about this way. Rama has been set as the human quality benchmark. I don't think so any human can even attempt certain percentage towards that. Because no one can attempt that benchmark because it's so much. That's why Rama is considered to be the divine quality, because that's why he is Purushottamaha. So we have praised him. We always say these type of avatars are great, that we can't even comprehend certain things beyond. It is beyond our thinking itself. So that's the same thing what we are talking about. Sreshtaha. He is praiseworthy person. He is a praiseworthy avatar. It is more significant. It has contributed more significance to our living. But what happens? It is all there. So sometimes we don't see all these leelas directly. Why? Because he's hidden in all the things. Right? He is hidden in all the things. So how do we understand? So there is only one song which I still remember. I think so. The song was sung by M.S. Subbalakshmi, and a very famous song. Kurayondrumillai Maraimurti Kanna. That means it says, I don't have any grief or a sorrow or anything, no complaints I have. And who is he? Maraimurti Kanna. Who is the Veta Rupa? Krishna, I don't have any grievance. Why? Because I understand I'm doing certain action, but I know that you are behind every scene. You are behind every screen. If you think this entire universe is veiled by certain, it's like a veil which has been covered between us and the divinity, definitely for sure, behind the veil, he is who is standing there. Thirayin pin nirkindrai kanna. So Thirayin pin nirkindrai kanna. So that means what? I could understand, I could definitely comprehend, I could definitely get into my perception that you are the Sutradhari who are behind all these things. You are the Sutradhari, you are behind all these things. How do you know that? How do these avatars have been the same with the Krishna? The ratification is given in Narayanian. Well, Melbattur Narayana Bhattatri, in all his sargam, whenever he sings, dashakams when he says, it is basically the essence of Bhagavatam. It is the dashakam when he says, every slokam, every 10th line he says, Hare Krishna, is that you? You have done it. And it was simply the same child, the same Murti who is inside the Guruvayur temple was nodding and saying, yes, I am the person who has done it. So when he talks about Kapilacharya and he's seeing him, and then Guruvayur Murthy says, yes, I am the one who did it as a Kapilacharya. When he talked, even when he was saying, narrating the Rama and Ramamurthi's greatness and divine qualities, and when he was seeing the deity of Guruvayurappa, and Guruvayur Murthy was laughing and saying, yes, it's me who have done it. So that means what? The gratification, we have got a real straight evidence from the direct from what we have say in the very colloquial way, direct from the horse's mouth. So we have got that real evidence there. So that means the Guruvayurappa has already accepted all those avatars, what has been conducted by him, what as such narrated in the Bhagavatam, is all his own leelas. So what we understand, Sreshtaha, who we can start and how do we praise? Each avatars are magnificent eye-opener for us. Each avatars have created so much of impact in us. So it is beyond our thinking. So we have to just say, we are very great to have these avatars. And some of these avatars we have to go to their town, we go to Vrindavan, we go to Ayodhya, we definitely need to bow down to that soil because that is the same place where Sri Ramachandra Murthy has walked. That is the same place in the Vrindavan where Krishna was playing and the childhood running, scrolling, doing everything. So these are all the praiseworthy things. That's why we say Sreshtaha. Jeshtaha, Sreshtaha. Next one is Prachapatihi, one who is the head of all the human beings. Head is definitely the head. Lord. Prachaha Patihi. Patihi means Lord. Right? Patihi, Lord of all the human beings. So we have a list of the Prajapatis who have come. We have got the Saptarishis. We have so many Upadevatas and all. Who is the leader for all of them, including Indra? Vishnumurti. Sakshat Vishnumurti. That's why we say he is the leader. So why do we need to refer the leadership here? Because leadership is needed, then only you are being directed to a direction. If you don't have a leader, everyone becomes a leader. So we need a leader to guide us. That's what he has. He has taken the avatars to show how we need to. So that's why we always refer what is the name of the epic of Rama's avatara. We don't say Rama avatara here. We say Rama Ayana. Ayana means the direction of Rama, the pathway of Rama. So we just live in the path of the Rama. So we can understand how they are. So they are Prajapati. Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha. This is where the universe we think. The universe is like a egg-shaped. And it is very radiant one. Hiranyaha, radiant. Big, what we can say, like it's a very radiant sun rays like that. Right? Hiranyaha means also gold. Who is also referred as a Hiranya. We can see in the Sri Shuktam, for Lakshmi Devi we say Hiranya Varnam Harini in. She is Hiranya Varna. She is also gold color. So we can understand what is the nature behind. So he is the ultimate which we are talking about. And it was understood the universe was like a Hiranyagarbha. And there was a small disturbance in that. And the disturbance started creating the Mahat and everything. The Guna started emanating from that Hiranyagarbha. And everything started emanating. And all the things which are the creations and everything comes, all started from the Hiranyagarbha. So this is the understanding what we have. So that means what? He is the primordial source of that Hiranyagarbha. So from whom we all have got our Janana. Bhugarbha. he has got the Bhumi in his own Garbha. He has got the Bhumi in his own Garbha. So we can think about how this name is significant. Very simple incident. Why we think about Bhumi in a Garbha? Let us think about this way. When, as a child Leela, Krishna, they were said, Krishna has taken a small mud and he is putting in his mouth. Everyone know about this. But still we need to understand the significance of this incident. Small child playing, right? So we all know children will be interested to put anything in their mouth. If you give a small pin, they will put it. If you just give a small stick, they will put it in their mouth. Everything is for them. It's like eatable one. So Bala Leela, Krishna is also doing the same. So he didn't differentiate. You see, these are all the things we need to understand. Avatars never showed any difference. They only showed a difference because they had that miracles in a different. That's okay. That we understand, we interpret it. But the thing is, as if they pretended to be the same. So he is also doing the Bala Leela. Whatever the Sreshtas, whatever the Bala Leelas will be done by every child, he is also trying to do. He is taking a small piece of the sand and he is trying to put it in the mouth. Balram runs to his mother, Yashoda, and he says, Mother, this boy, see Krishna is eating the sand. He has put the mud in his mouth. Now, all of a sudden, the Yashoda comes there and she says, oh, no, child, no, son. You should not do it. Say, just open your mouth. I want to see. Krishna opens his mouth and a minute, Yashoda was totally mesmerized. What did she see? She is able to see the entire universe, galaxy into his mouth. Now you can understand why I want to correlate the story here. To understand this word is Bhu Garbha is a very simple understanding where while he was showing the entire universe in his mouth to Mother Yashoda. Whether the Mother Yashoda could understand that reality, she couldn't cognize her. She got dizzy and unconscious and she fell down. And when she came back, she was on a normal way and she was still doing the same thing with the Krishna and she's trying to guide him, correct him and all those things as if she is thinking that he is a mischievous boy, mischievous child. But the minute he showed who he is, to even for Yashoda, right? So Bhu Garbha, that means one who has the Garbha, one who has the Bhumi in his own Garbha. Bhu Garbha. And also in one of the parts they say, in Mahabharata, there is one of the understanding is when Bhumata was telling that I am having the population race grown and every creatures have grown beyond their multiplicity. I can't, bear the heaviness of the Bhumi. So Krishna, you do something. Narayana, you do something. Narayana says, I'm going to take the avatar where the reduction in population will be done. That's why Mahabharata Yuddha has and so many Akshonisenas of Kauravas have been slain. So we can understand how he is protecting the Bhumadevi. Madhavaha. Ma means Lakshmi. Tavaha means husband. Ma means Lakshmi. Tavaha means husband. So he is the husband of Lakshmi. Madhavaha. So there are different meaning in the Madhavaha. So one of the understanding what we get from Madhava means he is the one who is husband of Lakshmi. Why the reference of Lakshmi is here? Because anywhere when we talk about Narayana, it's only the completion of Narayana's Murti will only happen with the existence of the Lakshmi Devi. So with the absence of Lakshmi Devi, you can't think about Narayana. So the completion happens only with the Lakshmi Devi. So Lakshmi Devi presence is always there in Narayana's whatever avatar. So that's what we say Madhavaha. Madhusudanaha is the one who killed the Rakshasa by name, demon by name Madhu. There were two demons which came out of Narayana's ears. Okay, there were two Rakshasa or two demons came out from the Narayana's ear. They are called Madhu and Kaitaba. Right? So what they do, the moment they came out and they fell on the lotus, because remember, Narayana Murti is just taking a nap like that. This is in the Yoga Nidra. So from his ears, these two peoples came as a small droplet. They fall on the leaf, lotus leaf, and then they got the Sharira, and they are Asura in nature. They started jumping here and there, creating noise, and they are doing a lot of disturbance to Brahma. So all of a sudden, what they did, they went, they were jumping here and there, and then they went on the top of the lotus where Brahma is sitting, and then he is referring the Veda. These guys went and grabbed the Veda, and then they hide the Veda. Now the Veda is not there; the creation cannot happen, because the creation, other things cannot happen in the Bhuloka. Everything goes stuck, right? It got stuck up. So now Brahmadeva got a little bit upset, so he started waking up Narayana so that he can understand what is the issue. Narayana wakes up and asks, what happened? So these two people who came as from the droplet from your ears, and these two guys are creating all this mess here. They have hidden my Vedas and they are not giving me back. So you have to ask them. So Narayana Murti just looking at these two people, Madhu and Kaitaba, and asking them what you need. Now you see the way that these demonic people start. They both are looking at Narayana and then saying, what do you need from us? So now he gets a little bit upset and then he says, okay, if you want my opinion and you want to give me a boom, yes, I want to kill you guys. Because I know you guys are demonic. I want to kill you. He says, if you want to kill me, you have to kill me in a place where it has not been seen in the Bhuloka, which has not been exposed to the Bhuloka. So he accepts it. And then what happens? This guy is still there disturbing everything. Though the Brahma is doing meditation, these guys are going and pulling the lotus of the Brahmadeva, and then they're doing all nonsense. Now he's much more annoyed and he says, Narayana, I cannot withstand with these guys. You have got that thing from these two guys. You please go ahead and kill them. So what happens? He takes them. He takes a big sharira and then he takes out his cloth and on his lap, he places them, he kills them. Madhu Kaitapa. So this is how the understanding of Madhu Kaitapa happens. So the understanding here is, what is Madhu Kaitapa is basically, Madhu is your desire, and which Madhu means like a honey, it's a desire. And some of these desires which will make you worse. Right? And it is basically the tamoguna which has come out. And he is the one who killed the tamoguna. Basically, how it is been killed, it has been exposed. And he has taken a big rupam, and then what happened? He has taken in his own lap to a place where he is keeping them in the lap, and then he is trying to kill and execute them. So the understanding here is that as you are exposing and getting more and more clarity and awareness, your desire, these things of a lot of negative qualities, tamogunas, have to get out of you. Desires, when I talk about, it's a negative desire. What I'm saying is a negative desire. Okay, Madhuhu is negative desire. Kitaka means, which is kita means it is basically like a worm. It keeps on crawling, like crawling. So your mind will start crawling and crawling and crawling and getting into these vasanas. So Madhu is the bad desire. Kita is like a crawling worm. So what happens? These both are going to have. Sometimes Kita means also honey bee. Honey bee. That means what? Our mind is something which is wandering from one to another, one to another, one to another, one to another, one to another. So if we are exposed to the divinity, your mind will settle. That is the easy Leela, what has been performed by Vishnu Deva. And basically, that is what the Madhusudhana means about. So basically, this is how it has to be stopped. So Madhu is basically Madhu means honey, Madhu means the desire, the sweetness. And who is searching the sweetness? The bee is always wandering from one flower to another, is trying to get the bee, get the honey from the different flowers. That means your desires are there. You are like a bee wandering everywhere, and you don't know where you want to settle, and only one where you can expose. That get rid of your tamoguna by exposing it out, and then bring more and more of sattva guna within you. So when the sattvic guna comes with you, and then you become that place where the Narayana Murti is taking you there. So why, when he says about he is putting in the lap, and then by removing his cloth and he is putting on the lap, means what? He is trying to give you the clarity, that Maya that he is trying to remove, and the Tamoguna goes off, and then it is slayed. So this is the basic understanding of Madhusudana, slaying of a Madhusudana. The beautiful avatara which has been done. So here we can see, and this story of Madhusudana, Madhu Kaitaba Vatha, is also referred in Devi Mahatmyam and in Devi Bhagavatam and many places, Devi Narayaniyam, and so many references are there where it refers to how Devi helped in this war also. Is also been given, where they talk about Hayagriva comes into picture, and then Hayagriva is one of the Murti who helps who helps in slaying this Madhu and Kaitapa. So when we say Hayagriva is Jnana Rupam. So Tamogunam can only be got rid of through the Jnana. So that is another understanding for us. So it's a beautiful thing. There is a very deep connotation of meanings in it when we go into the Puranas and Itigasas. So that is basically how we understand this Madhu Kaidapa Vatam. So the one who slayed the Madhu, that's why he's called Madhusudana. Okay. So same way when we cry this Nama, what happens? He is the one who is going to take your Tamoguna out of your mind, and then he will try to bring more of sattvic balance in your mind. So that's why we say it is a very important Nama to do the japa. So the next verse, which is the verse number 9, which says, Ishvaro Vikrami Dhanvi, Medhavi Vikrama Kramaha, Anuttamo Duradarshaha, Kritagnya Kritiratmavan. Ishvaraha. Ishvara means one who has every power. One who has the greatest power. One who has every power. There is limitless power, you say, he has everything. Yet they were very simple and humble. They displayed themselves as a bottom, as a person who is bottom to the, down to bottom. Or we can say that he is very down to earth person. Right? So Ishvaraha, one who had every energy, every power. Vikramaha. Kramam, the way. Kramam, we are made into a way in which a direction in which we need to go. Vikramaha, one who has the power to go against it. Okay? So one who has the power to even break the obstacles. One who has the power to break all the things, and he can lead us. So that's why he is called Vikramaha. Tanvi means one who is having the bow and arrow. So we can definitely vouch here about Rama. When we talk about the Kodandam, right? So the bow, what he was carrying is called Kodandam. Definitely, yes, Rama is one of the greatest archer. We can always vouch there. So Rama is called Tanvi. Medhavihi. So who is called Medhavi? That one who understands, who knows every knowledge, in the universal knowledge, whatever you say, one who has the deepest knowledge about that subject. He's an expert. Then we say he is a Medhavi. So he is called as a Medhavi. Medhavi means one who gained that greatest knowledge. Not that through a book, by its own experience. By his own experience, one who gains that, he becomes the Medhavi. Okay, experience is always the greatest thing what we need to gain, greatest knowledge. You can gain the great knowledge only through experience. It is easy that you can read bounded books of so much. Unless otherwise you don't know how to apply it, there's no use of it. So it's very important. You have to be like to gain that Medha Vilasa. We say Medha Vilasa. We need to go and understand that deeper and deeper about it. That's why to get into that level, there is one greatest Shuktam called Medha Shuktam. Medha Shuktam is one of the Shuktam which praises about the Saraswati, the Vakdev, who gives you the knowledge, right? And it gives you the Medha Vilasa. Medha Vilasa means deeper understanding of any subject, right? Medha. Vikramaha. Vikramaha. Trivikramaha. Remember Vamana. Vamana Rupam. Right? Trivikramaha. One who, as a Vamana, what he did, he has measured the entire universe. Measured the entire universe. The beautiful word I'm saying. Not just the earth, entire universe. One leg, full Akasha. One leg, full all which is there, earth and downstairs. Third one, on the Mahabali Chakra. Trivikramaha. Vikramaha. Medhavi Vikrama Kramaha. Kramaha means, as I told you, Kramati Idi. So that means he gives you the direction. So you have to go in a direction. So Ayanaha, Kramaha, almost the same understanding. So he was taking you without any obstacles. He will lead you that way. Anuttamaha, Uttamaha, Anu Uttamaha. So you can understand, Uttamaha is definitely great. Anu Uttamaha, greatest, what we can say, superlative degree. So we always say that, right? None to substitute anyone. Neither you can give any comparison nor any person to substitute him. It's a very simple understanding. Is there any substitution for Rama? Even his own Sagodaras, even his own brothers, they are all different from Rama, because Rama, the Janana of Rama to Dasharatha, and then after that Bharata was born, after that Lakshmana was born, after that Shatrughna was born. Four unique characters, but no one was identical as Rama. Not even Dasharatha was like Rama. See, sometimes we say father's DNA or father's DNA might be there for a son, but nothing was there. Rama was totally unique. You have to understand, he is totally Uttama. The way that he showed, the way that he was considered the great, everything was the greatest of greatest. That's why people of Ayodhya were very happy when Dasharatha proposed that he wants to give the Pattabhishekam for Rama. Everyone was so cherished and they're so happy. Even in the Valmiki Ramayana, it says, one point, Dasharatha was still thinking in his own mind, oh my God, am I not been received as a great king? But the way that they are narrating about my son, it seems like I am not doing that best. So he himself is having that doubt. So the people were talking about the greatness of Rama. So the minister, even he asked with the minister, am I not doing that great? So you all are so eager to call Rama and take the leadership here. Then they say, no, Dasharatha, I know that you have done the best, but we are expecting the superlative degree of best. If Rama is there, it will be the great topmost superlative degree what we can see. So that is what we are talking about, Anu Uttamaha. You don't have anyone to compare. Duradarshaha. Dura Adharshaha. See, you have some, as a fort. Imagine there is a fort and the fort can be attacked. That's why they built the fort with so much of protection there. You can see always the fort, there will be a big, deep canal will be there. And sometimes they put all these crocodiles and everything and surrounded there. So in the night time, someone accidentally want to jump in, get into the fort, he will slip down and then he will be killed. And even if we bypass that and he is able to climb it and come up, then they will have a lot of soldiers and every other peoples there to protect the fort. So you can understand fort is like a protection to you. Durga, it says Durga is also fort. So it's like a fort. So that means no one can go and attack the fort. He is like a fort. You can't go and attack him because you don't have that valor or strength to go and attack him. So he is like a fort. Kridajnaha. So he is the one who knows what others have done to him. Kridajnaha. He knows what others have done to him. So this is something very, very unique. He knows that what others have done to him, including his own devotees. Including his own devotees. What time they have cried, what they have called him, everything then he knows. Every incident he knows. So that's why we say he is Kridajnaha. And he never forgets. He never forgets. He is always very helpful and always every time he is thinking about it. So that's why he is Kridajnaha. Kritihi. Always he does good efforts. His efforts are only for the goodness of the society, goodness of the people, goodness of the universe. So because he is always walking in the dharmic level. So that is why he is called Kritihi. And what is the last word here in this verse is called Atmavan, that who is self-realized. This is the real important impact, what we need to understand. A person who is self-realized, one who is stable in his own self, can establish himself in the natural way. Everything comes to him very naturally. He doesn't need to take any big effort in showing or demonstrating his own qualities and personalities. All the other personalities will come to him very naturally. As Rama has displayed that, as Krishna has displayed that, and most of the greatest saints have displayed this beautiful understanding of establishing themselves in that self, and from that self level, they are able to perform everything in their relative life. So that's why they are called as Atmavan. So we are also need to seek the Bhagavan. So Bhagavan make us Atmavan. See, this is one of the word where in Gita Bhashyam, in the Gita Vahini, I think so, Bhagavan Sri Satyasai Baba says, I don't want anyone to be, there are people who are Dhanavan, because he says as a commentary there in the second chapter. He says, Krishna says these words to Arjuna, Arjuna, I don't want you to be a Balavan, because he is already Balavan. He knows how to fight and how to do it. I don't want you to be Dhanavan, wealthy. You have wealth but no Bala. No point. I don't want you to be a Buddhiman because you're so much shrewd and cunning. What to use? So Dhanavan, Balavan, Buddhiman. Of no use. Why no use? Yes, they can help you, but not now. What I want you to be, he says you have to be Atmavan. It's beautifully given from Gita Vahini in Satyasai Baba's commentaries on Bhagavad Gita. So Atmavan is the dimension what Lord Krishna defines to Arjuna. So you be an Atmavan. That means you be on your own self. You be on your own nature. What is this Atmavan? Big concepts and all. Very simple. You be at your own ease. You be on your own nature. You don't need to pretend as someone. You be as what you are. You be with your own emotions, within your own way of doing things. You don't imitate others. So when you establish yourself in that nature, you settle with that nature, then everything is balanced and then you live with it. Then your contentment and everything will come. So that is what we talk about Atmavan. So it's a beautiful understanding here from this verse and both two verses, what we have read so far, gives you a lot of understanding about the qualities what we need to develop within. All right. So some of these qualities, if you even attempt ourselves, I think so definitely Vishnumurti will be so happy So not only just reading, we are trying to attempt his qualities. Whether we are achieving it or not, it doesn't matter. Even 1% of achievement is definitely something with Vishnumurti is very happy to bless us. Now, with that note, I will just end here. Kayena vacha manasendriyarva atyatmana va prakriti svabhavat karomi yat sakalam parasmai narayanaye samarpayami यदक्षरपदप्रष्टं मात्राहीनं तु यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतादेव नारायण नमोऽस्तु ते विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षम्यश्च पुरुषोत्तम अन्यदाचरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष जनार्दन हरिः ओं तत्सत् इति श्रीरामकृष्णार्पणमस्तु स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्य परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषां को ब्राह्मणेभ्य शुभमस्तु नित्यं समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु हरे राम।